thankful that they were okay.
A mother and her child spared moments before this.
Spoke with the driver of the vehicle and her young child, and both of them were very shaken.
Captain Tim Weiman with the Spring Fire Department says crews responded to the scene on Adline West Road Saturday just before 4 p.m. This video shows the woman driving at least a mile before pulling over.
Did you see the car burning? Did she notice the car burning?
She did not notice the car burning. What made her really stop and notice was she said she had smoke coming out of her air vents.
He says the woman's transmission light turned on moments before the car caught fire. The Harris County Fire Marshal believes the fire was caused by some sort of mechanical failure. Wyman offered this advice to anyone who finds themselves in a similar situation.
Just maintain awareness of your surroundings. Watch your vehicle. Pay attention to those pesky lights that come on. And pull over and see what's going on with your car.
The mother and child in this case counting their blessings.
They're very lucky and they're very blessed.
Shot and killed in the middle of the night, and still no answers for his family after he was gunned down in his home in South Bexar County. Now the Bexar County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding the person who pulled the trigger. Investigative reporter Yami Virgen is here to lend a voice for the voiceless.
Childhood friends are hard to forget. Mary Nava remembers how her sister Elisa and Reynaldo Cazares used to play.
We knew Reynaldo since he was about 10. He was my two younger brothers' best friend.
Reynaldo growing up made some mistakes that landed him in prison. When he finished serving his time, Mary says he knew he wanted to start a new life, one that included Elisa, his childhood friend.
He said he always wanted to marry her, but she would say no. So they got married. It was a little church wedding. It was cute.
From the beginning, Mary says his love for her sister was evident.
He treated her like a princess. It was babe this and babe that.
They were married for 15 years. Mary says they were happy. That is, until they all started noticing a change in Reynaldo. A change that started when he began hanging out with a new group of friends.
I started noticing that he was in a bad mood, that all of a sudden she wasn't as adorable as he thought she was or something like that.
Mary's sister Elisa eventually separated from Reynaldo in 2015. He moved into a small home on the south side of town, close to where he grew up and where he first was sent to prison. On February 17, 2016, 1 year after Elisa and Reynaldo Cazares separated, he was killed in the middle of the night inside his home.
Now, this shooting happened around 3:30 in the morning when witnesses reported having seen a small silver vehicle parked on the street in front of Mr. Cazares' house.
That vehicle drove away but came back minutes later.
A man got out of that vehicle and walked up to the front door of Mr. Cazares' house. Words may or may not have been exchanged, at which point the suspect in the case fired several shots at and through the door of Mr. Cazares' residence.
I called my sister and I go, somebody killed Ray this morning. Apparently there was no witnesses. Nobody saw nothing.
Now, although Reynaldo had been out of trouble with the law for almost 20 years, it's believed that he may have been involved in drugs for the last several years of his life. And we believe this may have attributed to his death in some way.
The power is out and there's questions about when it'll return. Having a flashback to February 2021? Well, so are the people who live in the Millers Point neighborhood on the northeast side.
We have people that have children, we have people on oxygen, on machines, and it's dangerous.
Millers Point Neighborhood Association President Gwendolyn Bolden says 3 streets have been dealing with this for a few months. Neighbors say these frequent power outages have been frustrating for a number of reasons. One neighbor telling me they need machines to be hooked up to power for health reasons. Another telling me sometimes they've come home with up to $300 worth of groceries and they haven't had anywhere safe to put them.
But if you'll tell us what we need to do, CPS Energy, we will do it.
Bolden says it's frustrating to get calls as neighborhood president and not have answers, adding many are losing hundreds of dollars because of the impact on work and food.
If they can't handle this small issue, what on earth are we going to do if we have a really major issue?
Some, like Steve Drew, became fed up when 2 power outages happened this past Saturday.
I'm just going to get a Generac whole home generator to cover these problems because I don't have the faith in CPS right now to do the right thing.
Drew will be spending around $10,000 to make that happen.
You are spending $10,000 to fix something that you feel CPS Energy should be fixing.
Well, that would be helpful.
Tonight, CPS Energy tells us they are aware of the outages and currently have a project underway to replace older underground infrastructure. They say it should be done by the end of summer and will reach out to customers to keep them updated.